Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mr. Mental Health. Hope everybody is doing well today. It's hot outside. Hot, hot, hot. It gotta be 3,000 degrees right now. Like I said, hope everybody doing well. Like, subscribe, comment. So I'm gonna hop right into it. Like I said, hope everybody doing well. But I know I've talked about emotional intelligence and just emotions, period. But I kind of want to talk about something that I kind of came across, and maybe just through counseling, etc. But how many people are dealing with or have dealt with emotionally bankrupt individuals? And I'm gonna read the definition a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of go into these type of individuals, because people who are emotionally bankrupt, and if you filed a Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 bankruptcy, then you are aware that you pretty much, it's like the scum of the earth to some degree. That's how you view it a little bit. But you on the road to repairing yourself from whatever reasons that you had to put you in the predicament. So emotionally bankrupt individuals, I'm gonna read it. It's a chronic state of physical and emotional burnout that results from personal demands and continuous stress. It describes a feeling of being emotionally overextended and depleted by one's relations with people. So people who are emotionally bankrupt are like vampires or emotional vampires. They are trying to suck everything out of you. And that's from whatever they could get, because I ain't gonna say they sick, but they not in a place of, they're not emotionally intelligent, and they're using you to suck whatever they can out of you. So emotionally bankrupt person, they feeling depression, shame, hopelessness, feeling ineffective, feeling as though one is permanently damaged, lost, etc. These people all are emotionally unavailable. They cold, they distant. They tend to highly focus on winning or achieving specific goals, but they never consider how their need to win is creating a feeling of loss, etc., lack of self-esteem. So what I want to talk about is these people, and how do you know that this person is in, or how do you know, because I think me personally, we've all been in a space to where we have been emotionally unavailable, but to be emotionally bankrupt, to me, is a little bit more, I guess it could be the same, but to me it's worse, because when you're emotionally unavailable, sometimes you don't know how to, be available emotionally for the next person. But when you bankrupt, I think you're not taking accountability for what's going on. You guilt trip. You tend to be codependent. You tend to intimidate. You never address the real situation as it pertains to what's going on. You don't give an inch. You pretty much guard your emotional capacity and leech off somebody else's. And then you always sometimes they're involved in some kind of drama, etc. So, but the emotional bankrupt person is like I said, is looking to like a vampire. Like vampires suck blood or whatever, but they're sucking everything out of you. And we as humans, already, depending on where we at in our life, you could be, emotionally intelligent, but you still have your moments to where, you can be burned out or stressed, and you don't need this other person sucking that little bit of, emotions out of you, and then they're not even restoring it, or putting it back in there, So what are some things that you could do, to pretty much find your way away from these people? And that's, sometimes you gotta cut them out, entirely. When it doesn't align with who you are, what you're doing, and every we all are different, spaces in our life, or we're in different places, and that's mainly what the reality of the situation is. But you gotta cut ties with these, these individuals, and you gotta recognize, like, what if you want, like I said, I've been one, and where you're not emotionally available, and you don't realize that how you're really hurting the other individual because you're unaware of your actions, and how do you get out of that? Like I said, you find out the bottom line. Like, what is the bottom line to how I need to get back? How I need to get back to where, I am, paying attention. I am asking questions. I'm not running over a person. I am, available. And I'm available because I want to be, not because, like, oh my God, here we go again. It's not one of them. You find out their motives, the person, and then you make the proper adjustments to. And the biggest thing is after you make these adjustments, you got to try your best not to become one of them. And like I said, it's easy. Like I said, it's we, because, you're to first, so you're going to make mistakes. But you got to figure out from an emotional standpoint how not to, to bring somebody else down, because you may be down or you may be suffering. It's easy to stay away from people, but staying away and growing is different from staying away and healing, from whatever pain or hurt somebody else caused you. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably been emotionally damaged forever, and you never adjusted or made the proper adjustments to correct it. And sometimes, just to be honest, like, I feel like it's more men that's not emotionally available to for whatever. It could be for their spouse, their kids. It could be for their job, your coworkers. It could be a lot, and it takes time. It don't happen overnight, because it's not something that you wake up and you do. Like, you kind of taught to be, and it depends on, like, not taught to be, but you kind of how you was raised and how you was brought up. Really, is a staple of who you are. And if you want to change, it's hard to change, because it ain't just something that happens overnight, but it's nothing wrong with getting help. It's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. I think people got this whole thing that you can't talk to therapists, and you can't. So who do you talk to? Who do you talk to when you need somebody to talk to? Is the person equipped to give you the correct tools or techniques to get you out of this, to where you're not, leeching from an emotional standpoint on somebody else or draining somebody else? Like, if you've dealt with this type of person, or if you've been this type of person, then you know what you have put this person through. So why would you want to continue to cycle around and put these people through these type of things, So I think it's very important that you figure out, if you are, or you do align with, being emotionally bankrupt. I think the term is pretty deep, though, when you think about it, because you're emotionally bankrupt, but then you're out here still trying to be in relationships, still sucking the life out of people, still, doing all this stuff, and then you're not fixing yourself. But then you go get with another person, and that's for men and women, you go get in another person, you just continue to repeat the cycle. And by repeating this cycle, it's generational curses. You're not in productive relationships. Your kids are learning, some of your ways, and you're inflicting them, them wounds, and now all y'all have these scars on y'all. They carry it on for life, and it's just like a revolving door. And at some point, we have to, find a way to not become emotional vampires, not become emotionally bankrupt, become emotionally intelligent. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. And it takes, it's a lifetime type of, situation. And you could never say I've had enough of counseling, because something happens all the time. It could be a job, a death, something you ain't dealt with from a childhood, your relationship, marriage, kids, just something that causes some type of trauma. And now we live in a society where we're more reactive than proactive, You know, so this is the same thing. So find a way to become proactive as it pertains to, you know, emotions, but not just emotions, just, you know, your own mental well-being. Nobody knows what you are personally going through if you don't tell them. Nobody knows the demons that you fight, and some people do, but for the most part, we keep this stuff bottled in, and we don't address these things. And then when it comes out, you're in jail, or you hurt somebody, or you inflicting this on your kids, or it's just the cycle is a continue. It's toxic. You know, you become toxic, and you don't even be aware of it. You know, you just going doing this and going doing that, and before you know it, you know, you got an excuse for your actions. And that doesn't mean that your actions is correct because you got an excuse for it. It means that you might need to look in the mirror, including me, you know, like I said, and fix it. You know, the mental health thing is a fragile type topic, because everybody is quick to, I don't need help, or, man, don't let them people tell you that you're crazy. Man, if you have been in poverty, you need to attend counseling. If you have dealt with a relationship that went bad, if you have dealt with a death, if you have dealt with illness, if you have dealt with a job that, you know, that you didn't like, that you need to address this. Because if you don't, you're going to continue to have the same issues, the same problems, and you're going to inflict them same wounds on some of the people that you love the most, and everybody is going to end up hurt. And then what's the result of that? So, you know, my advice is, like I said, is seek consultation, talk to people who are, you know, equipped to deal with these type of things, and then do some homework on it, read on it, look at it, look up at yourself. You know, this stuff is all internet based. You know, you can look on the DSM, you can look in everything is pretty much at your disposal. You know, you just got to take time to read. You know, we spend more time, you know, reading, looking on TikTok, Facebook, all the social media platforms. How about you look up and see, you know, some of the stuff that you, if you're struggling with, you know, depression or hopelessness, or feeling like you can't, look that stuff up, because you know how you feeling. I don't know how you feeling. Somebody that you love don't know how you feeling. So look that stuff up. Be, you know what I mean? Be proactive as it pertains to your mental health. Hope, like I said, hope that was clear in terms of emotionally bankrupt, you know, and emotional vampires. You know, they out here, you know, we dealing with them. You could become one yourself, including, like I said, me. Like, I've been there, and, you know, it happens, you know, but you got to find a way to get out of there and become emotionally intelligent. So thank you for watching my video. Hope everybody is doing well. It's hot outside where I'm at in Huntsville, Alabama, so hope you guys are hydrating. And yeah, get ready for the rest of the week. Thank y'all for checking out my video. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.